Coming up onto the stage, we have, he is a voice actor. He has performed in such roles as Otto from Magi, as well as being a finalist of Last Comic Standing last year. Give it up for Aiden! Woo!
Some bitches. Okay, who here, first off, poll around the room, who here is like local to the LA area? Who here knows what Glendora is? So I'm from Glendora, and for those of you who don't know, Glendora is the whitest city ever. Fucking ever. I mean, no. I want you to picture this shit. Picture Mitt Romney eating a turkey and mayonnaise sandwich on Wonder Bread at a Coldplay concert featuring guest artist Mumford & Sons in the largest Starbucks in the world in Wisconsin in the middle of winter while the White Walkers attack from the north during a marathon of Grey's Anatomy, and you still don't fucking know how white Glendora is. There was one day I was driving in Glendora and I saw a black man walking up the street. My reaction was similar to the reaction that all of you had when you were playing Ruby and Sapphire and found a Feebas. My Spanish teacher at Glendora High School was a white conservative elderly Mormon woman whose ringtone was Enter Sandman. There was one day I was at a diner in Glendora and no fucking joke, there was a fucking clan meeting going on in there. Let me clarify, it was a Scottish clan meeting. But let's be honest, is that really any less white? So, basically, if you look up white privilege in the dictionary, you'll find that picture underneath it. And so, another thing about me is that, like, roughly half my family is Christian Scientists. For those of you who don't know, Christian Scientists are those people who believe that you shouldn't use modern medicine because you should heal through the power of prayer, because let's be honest, that worked out so fucking well during the Black Plague. And because of that, they don't get their vaccines, which, you know, it really fucking ruined the family Disney trip. My aunt got the measles, my cousin got lupus, and somehow my dad got Ebola. Like, what the fuck? And the funny thing is they're also like super hardcore Republican conservatives, so they're really against like Obamacare and nationalized healthcare and shit like that. So basically the moral of the story is, if you thought that conservative Republicans were only against abortion and gay marriage because of religious rights, well, pretty soon you're going to see a bunch of people outside a hospital with signs that say God hates MRIs. And there will be my family going Westboro Baptist Church on your ass. So, okay, so I feel like I can open up to you guys. You guys seem like good people. I have a horrible confession to make, and it's a horrible sin. I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! That needs to be said about Yu-Gi-Oh! As a card game, and it's just the fact that the card designers are the worst fucking designers of any card game ever. And I'm not talking about the horrible fucking gameplay, though that deserves a whole other rant. I'm talking about the names of these fucking cards. This is a card game with card names like Battle Footballer, Fight Shoes, and Doom Donuts. And if you look at it closely, you realize that they ran out of ideas fucking quick. I mean, in their third fucking set, there's like 5 kajillion now. They created 2 cards named House of Adhesive Tape and Hungry Burger, which could only be summoned with the ritual card Hamburger Recipe. What I think happened that fucking day was they ran out of ideas, so they walked around their office during lunch break. Burger, tape, done, fuck it. I am going to share with you all my 2 favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Card names of all time. The first one, Ambitious Gopher. Self-explanatory. The other one is my absolute favorite, though, and I want you to... Does anybody remember that game when you were kids with the giant blue elephant that would shoot butterflies out of its nose and you catch it with the net? It's called Elefun. It's a fucking Yu-Gi-Oh! Card. Look it up. What I think happened that day was that they were at a 5-year-old's birthday party, and they just took it from that, and they were out of ideas. You know, 5-year-olds, the game's target audience. So, enjoy the show. So I have one last thing to talk to you all about, and it's something that we really need to stop being so fucking PC about. We really need to realize this is something we need to talk about, and that is that one friend that everybody in this fucking room has. You know that friend, you've called them the Sheldon Cooper of your friend group. Except Sheldon Cooper's probably more high functioning. And it's always that friend that everybody in your group that can do a fucking impression of, and it usually sounds something like this. It's like, do you guys want to watch Boku no Pico with me? It's super kawaii desu, yo. And when they show up at fucking cons, that's when things actually get weird. Because basically they just spend all of their days, 9 hours, heavy breathing around the dealer hall. And when they come back with their purchases, you always question wildly why the fuck they bought what they bought. It's like, I bought a Ryuko Matoi cosplay, some yaoi fanfics, and a bottle of white stuff from the Faku booth. They say it makes the panties drop. But the worst part of being friends with this fucking person is when they tell you that they're not single anymore. Because first off, when you are single and this friend tells you they're not single anymore, you start questioning every life decision you have ever made. And you actually begin to believe the forever alone bullshit you post on your Tumblr. But then after you think about it for a while, you realize that when they're saying that they're not single anymore, they're saying one of 3 things, and each one of them is more terrifying than the last. Number 1, I have an incredibly unhealthy relationship with Craigslist. Number 2, I have a girlfriend. I got her on express work from Siberia. And number 3, and the most terrifying of all, I made her out of the stuff I bought at Anime Expo. Thank you very much, everybody.
Not bad for a set. All right, so to our judges, we're going to make sure 30 seconds for each of the judges. Give us your critique. We're going to start with Gabe. Gabe, what did you think of Aiden's set?
I was actually really impressed. I think you've made a huge improvement this year. Like, I'm actually kind of blown away. Like, I've been seeing Aiden the past couple of years, and he's made a huge improvement this year. Like, you used a lot of references, but you used them in a way where you could get the joke without really knowing the reference, and I was really impressed. I think you did a great job. Like, you can still tighten up your set a little bit, but that just comes with experience. And I know you haven't done that much stand-up comedy, so it's pretty impressive. I think you did great.
All right, Paul, what's up?
I thought that was really good. It was very strong. When the joke flailed, you just stepped right over to the next one and kept the joke laugh rolling, which is very important to do. And the Sheldon Cooper bit was even better than it was in Tryouts. It was super strong. I'm sure you love the reaction. That was a great set. I love that bit. Good job.
Definitely, I'm totally blown away with how much he has improved. This kid has worked so incredibly hard on improving this last year from when he first came up with that joke. And he's gone to open mics. He's been shopping it like a real comedian. He's been doing the editing and the hard work, and your laughs were very well earned. Very proud.